what your team has done this season. What to put down the performance in that first half and generally today?
I think especially 15 minutes of the first half. I saw also parts before we conceded the second one. Normal parts for us. So I saw some very good build-up situations, the way we positioned ourselves. So it wasn't 45 minutes of disaster. But the errors we made, I think, is something we're not used to, and that's something different than playing poorly, in my opinion.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, it must have disappointed you, those errors.
Yes, of course, but not only me, the players themselves, the teammates, the fans, it disappoints us all. But one of the reasons why we are in the position we are in is we don't make a lot of mistakes, and if we do, players try to make up for them. Now, this is also what we tried to do with the second goal, but unfortunately, instead of the ball being deflected going in behind, it went into goal. So this can happen, especially if you play a good team like Fulham. If you make mistakes, they have the quality to punish us, and I think in the end we created second half so many chances that we could have made up for it. But we lacked time. We lacked time, especially in the end, because in the first 20 minutes in the second half, it didn't feel to me as if we could score a goal. But in the last 20-25 minutes, I think it was clear for everyone that we could score the first. That's why actual playing time wasn't the most in the last 25 minutes.
Given the advantage that we obviously had going into this game, do you think there was a bit of complacency in the first half, or do you think it was just errors?
Nah, I think it's the last thing. I think there's no reason for us to be complacent because we are not leading. We're not number one at the moment because we win every game with a margin of 3 or 4 goals. I think everyone that has seen our games, it takes us so much effort, so much hard work to win games of football, combined with quality, of course. But the team that won the league the last 4 seasons were already 3-0 up at halftime every single game almost they played, and that's not the way it is for us. So we are fully aware of the fact that we have to compete for 7 now, it is, I think, 7 more games. We saw it on Wednesday when we played Everton. It was a close call. Today was a close call, and many times we've been on the right side. Today we were on the wrong side, mainly because of the errors we made.
There was a couple of moments of uncertainty with Virgil van Dijk. It probably has been in the last couple of games. Does that come with the territory of being this late in the season, or is it something you could probably look in deeper and criticise?
I mainly give credit to other players as well. So if you look at Beto, he's not the first defender who finds it difficult to play against Beto, because he's so every time he's chasing for every ball, pushes it just before you get the ball. And the one that played there today was also, you have to give credits to him as well. I think I still see a lot of things that Virgil does really well. And if you play 50, 60 games a season, there will be also, even for him, 1 or 2 moments where he could have done better. But in general, I think if I look at Virgil's performance against Everton, except for this one time he missed the ball, he was outstanding. So I don't worry about him.
What was your message to the players afterwards? And would you agree that the league table still looks unbelievable for you? 7 games to go.
The message was mainly that I think that I told them that they showed great character the second half, but not for the first time this season. We had a difficult first half. It didn't happen a lot, but I can come up with Southampton at home, for example, where we played quite poorly. And normally we are able to make up for that because of the mentality of the team, how fit they are, the subs we can bring. But today it wasn't enough, and now we have a whole week to prepare for West Ham, and everyone needs to be aware, and they are. So I didn't even have to tell them, but the only way we can win a game of football is by hard work, 90 minutes, constant effort. Because I've said it, I think a few times now, we are not the team that's leading at halftime with 3 or 4-0 with 3, 4, 5 acts of brilliance. It's hard work every time we won a game of football this season, except for 2 or 3 games.
James?
Arne, you only made the one change, obviously, from the derby in midweek. considering how flat it was for sections of that first half, did you regret not freshening it up to a greater extent?
No. Not because of that reason, because I think there were 4 days in between, and we've showed many times this season that that's not a problem at all for us, these players as well. And I don't think the errors we've made had anything to do with players being tired. And again, I know how it works. It's everywhere the same in football. If you concede 3 goals in the first half, everybody's like, wow, that was a disaster. Now, if you look back at it knowing that you concede 3, you will probably see a few good moments as well. Because there were also good moments from us in build-up. I think after half an hour I looked at
Liverpool head coach Arne addressed the media following his side's narrow 3-2 loss to Fulham at Craven Cottage, a result that leaves the Reds with much to reflect on as the season edges closer to its climax. Despite a promising start, where Alexis Allister's sublime long-range strike gave Liverpool the early advantage, the hosts clawed their way back into the contest. Fulham's resilience and attacking intent saw them eventually take the lead, only for Luis Diaz to spark hope for the Reds with a late equalizer in the second half. However, a lapse in concentration allowed Fulham to net a late winner, sealing a dramatic win on home soil. Speaking post-match, Slot acknowledged the disappointment but remained composed in his assessment. "It's a tough one to take," Slot began. "We started with good intensity, and Alexis' goal was a moment of real quality. But we lost our grip in key moments, and against a side like Fulham, that can cost you." The Dutchman praised Diaz for his late contribution and the team's effort to fight back, but he was quick to underline the importance of game management, something he believes must improve. "Luis gave us a lifeline, and credit to the lads for not giving up. But we have to be sharper, more aware, especially in the final minutes. These small moments define games at this level. We're a team. It's not about individuals, it's about collective responsibility. We didn't defend well enough as a unit today, and that's something we have to address before the next game." Despite the loss, Slot remains optimistic about Liverpool's trajectory under his leadership. He emphasized the need for unity, resilience, and learning from setbacks. "We have the quality, that's not in question. But now it's about turning that into results consistently. We'll regroup, refocus, and come back stronger." Liverpool will look to bounce back quickly as they prepare for their next fixture, with Slot determined to put this setback behind them and keep their sights firmly set on a strong finish to the season.